Hello and welcome to the show. We are back continuing the F1 career mode and, well, just about recovered from the craziness of Monaco, and we're heading to my possibly best circuit, the Canadian Grand Prix. I very much enjoy the Montreal circuit. If there is any chance for a sneaky Renault podium, aside from safety car weirdness happening elsewhere, Canada is the most likely place where I'm going to be able to pull something fast out of the bag with pure, I say with pure car performance, with pure driving and so on, if anywhere so far. Before we do head out, I'm going to do a couple of things. First of all, we're going to go to the R&D trees because we've got just about enough points to try and get some more durability, which we desperately need, especially on gearbox. Gearbox is one of the big problems in terms of durability, so we're going to try and develop that, and I'm hoping it might be, yes, it'll be ready for Canada, because I'm doing this, I haven't quite gone to the next race weekend yet, so we're still technically on the Monaco weekend, so I can go and do the gearbox wear down. The problem I'm having at the moment is not so much the actual percentage wear, but the gearbox gets to like 50% and we start losing gears. Like, it gets to 50% in about 3 races, it hopes to complete 6 races, but at 50-odd% is when the gears start falling off, and I don't quite know, it seems weird. Either way, the other thing that I'm going to do is fiddle around with components. I don't want to put new components, again, Canadian Grand Prix, this is where I'm best chance of scoring good points, good finish, so I kind of want to go through practice with old bits. If we can get as many old bits on the car as possible, save some nice parts for the race so we can have as good a conditioned vehicle as we can, that would be lovely. Apparently my energy store is quite good, but the only thing that is good on this car, but there we go. We're not going to put the 93% control electronics, let's stick that on. Yeah, if we can get through practice sessions with these, qualify, we'll stick on decent parts, and then, fingers crossed, we will be good. We will have a good, strong weekend for Renault. So, a quick look at the practice results after the first couple of sessions. I've completed all of the various programs, and despite having a pretty knackered car, not being able to run in rich mode for pretty much all of it, looking pretty competitive. Only a couple of tenths of Hulkenberg's car. Admittedly, I don't know what condition any of the other vehicles are in, to be perfectly fair, but he's looking like the Renault. He's going to be competitive here, which is very nice indeed. The weather, who knows? Who knows what the weather might throw up here in Canada. It's supposed to be dry come race day, but you're never quite sure. Well, thankfully, as far as weather conditions go, it is a lovely, clear day here in Montreal for qualifying. My car is, well, everything's in the green, which is kind of unusual for me. We are hoping that, I can get through with a minimum amount of laps, although I never seem to be very good at getting the most out of my car on my first flying lap. It's always a second time around, and we've got escaping a slight bit at the hairpin. I'll have to, try and not do that on the next lap, but we shouldn't need, I'm hoping, too many attempts to make our way through Q1. Let's see what this, even with a big escape at the hairpin, what have we done lap time wise? Oh, we escaped to the hairpin, and that's a 13.5 already. I don't think we need to go again. You know, we might as well save these tyres for the later qualifying session. I think a 13.5 should get me through. Quite, considering in practice we were seeing only 14 zeros, and yeah, the track will get quicker. The likes of Hamilton and Raikkonen are on super softs. Oh, we've got some serious pace in the Renault here. Well, that is a rather promising sight. Only 0.2 of a second down on the Ferrari on the same tyres. Admittedly, yeah, don't know quite how hard they were pushing, but we've got some real speed. Who has gone out? Seitz, Alonso, Van Dorn, the 2 Saubers, kind of as expected. Hulkenberg up in 10th, though. Good news for Renault overall, perhaps. Able to get some decent... We need a decent points weekend, I'll be honest. So I did not have a particularly, I'll be honest, clean lap on. I didn't feel like I had a particularly clean lap on that one. I was kind of expecting to have to go again. I messed up at the hairpin. I got a couple of corners a little bit out of shape. We've got even quicker. A 13.1 from the road. We can get into the 12. I actually have no doubt I can get into the 12s on a good lap now around here. What on earth can the AI do? Might we see a Renault on pole? That would be a hell of an achievement. Even better news. Not only am I second once more, less than half a tenth away from Hamilton, but Hulkenberg's in the top 10 as well. It is a very, very good day for Renault. Oh, we've got into the 12s. It's a 112.6 for the Renault. Actually had a big oversteer moment coming out of the hairpin. An armful of opposite lock to keep the car under control. And this lap here is not going anywhere near as well through these opening corners. But we are into the 1 minute 12s. We are, in fact, we're almost half a second clear of Vettel. Oh. It's looking like the Renault has got some real pace. It's surprising. I say kind of surprising at Canada. This is not a particularly circuit that you would expect the Renault to excel at. We don't have the straight line speed, but yeah, my kind of circuit, and definitely making the most of all of the new components on the car. So, as it is coming towards the end of the session, just 4 minutes to go. No one else has set a time.
So far, our fastest lap is
thank you, Jeff.
1:12.6.
Jeff. Yeah, our first sector is where we make the time up. I don't know how I'm going so quick through there, but apparently a Banzai first sector from me and pretty good in the final sector make up the lap time. I'm going to go out again just to be safe, just in case an AI gets a mega lap time. I don't think I will need to go again, but yeah, I want to be out on track just in case, because I still think there's a little bit more time in the car. Oh, we're not going to go any better. Well, I found a 10th. It still wasn't quite that lap that I wanted. Still wasn't quite perfect. But I found a little bit more time to go 10 seconds faster, a 12.5 now. We are ahead of Hamilton and Bottas. I'm not going to get any more chance, any more time to do a lap. It does look promising indeed for that first elusive Renault pole position. I will take it. We did it! I got a Renault to pole. She almost half a second faster than Hamilton as well. Raikkonen in third, Bottas fourth, Vettel down in fifth. Verstappen's only 8th. Hulkenberg couldn't manage any better than 10th, but we've got 2 Renaults in the top 10, which is good. Well, it is qualifying. How the Renault is going to hold together during the race is another story, and safety cars, maybe even weather, might play a part. However, that is quite some margin that I have got at the front. Yeah. Fingers crossed we can have a good race. Well, this is it. I have, well, been leading my first ever formation lap here. We have got the ideal run towards the first corner in theory. While my Renault is in half-decent nick, the Mercedes has still got the power. We need a very good start. I fear we might end up losing this lead. Okay, we're going to get taken over control of a little bit earlier than I was expecting. Yeah, we might potentially get in trouble for the run into turn 1. If we can come out the first corner first, I think we might be sorted. I might be having a lot of work. I say a lot of work. Less work than we've had in previous races, let's put it like that. But, hell, just be fighting with the Mercedes and the Ferraris is pretty damn spectacular. From this car, what on earth are we going to be able to do? Thank you, Jeff. We have started races before, but never from quite this far up. Sounds very rattly sat on the grid. There we go, it stopped rattling. That's nice to know. I got a lovely clear view of those lights as we go racing. I think it's a better start from Hamilton alongside me as we run into the first corner. Oh, he's a little bit braver than I was. That was my stupid. Having not done from a start here, didn't quite know where the brakes were going to be at into turn 1, and I was way too early on them. Now, we are immediately on his tail, though. Not very quick. do sometimes find that on full fuel loads, the AI for the opening lap are a little bit more cautious than they might become later on. I'm used to fighting in the middle of the pack, where, you know, lots of cars battling for position, kind of blocking one another in, whereas up here we've got a lot more free air. I'm going to attack the curb with the Renault. We've got a big old run on Hamilton. Oh, we're going to try. No, that's not going to work. I was hoping he was going to give us the space there. He did not whatsoever. Now, bit of oversteer. Got to be careful I don't take... run over Bottas's front wing. We've got big old slipstream going on. Stuck it up in Rich to try and make the most of fighting against these guys. I'm really surprised to see myself go soaring past Hamilton quite so easily. It's side by side through that final chicane. We are through. Just about gave him enough space. We'll put that back into a standard fuel mix for now. Okay. I was not expecting to have that straight line speed. Now, I'm running very, very low downforce around this circuit. I wonder if the Mercedes, the Ferraris are running higher. It is distinctly possible that they have opted for a higher downforce setups on their cars, hence why I've driven past them in a straight line. It's possible they've got some sort of, wear with engine parts and so on. I'm completely out of sequence with everybody, having taken the big old penalties at Monaco and having farted around with various different things. Either way, regardless, we are up at the front of the field, having retaken the lead from Hamilton. I was really expecting them to just come soaring back past just a straight line, but he's actually now got Raikkonen for company, and if they start fighting and slowing each other down, there's fairly big old train still going on further back. This helps me out. This helps me out no end. Ooh, Verstappen, I think, might have just hit the wall of champions. Verstappen is out of the race, and it occurred around that final chicane. So, well, we've lost to Red Bull. Come on, Hulkenberg, score some good points as well. Okay, Verstappen has broken down, I think, rather than hit the wall of champions by the look of it. His car on the infield. Somebody's dived into the pits, which seems very, very early indeed. Raikkonen has got past Hamilton, which is slight concern for me. They were fighting each other, they were slowing each other down. Raikkonen does seem to be going quite quick, or at least matching my pace, having been released. We'll have to see what unfolds over the next few laps. So, in terms of speed, you see Vettel.
Just posted the fastest lap of the race so far.
Thank you, Jeff. I was just about to tell the audience about that, but never. Whoa, I've got all sorts of. That's not good news for me. Right, we're fine. Okay, in terms of pace, Vettel, Raikkonen, the two Ferraris have got speed around here. In comparison to Mercedes that are really struggling. Hamilton still backing the pack up. Raikkonen, having got clear of Hamilton, is sat about the 3-second mark behind me. Not really gone anywhere. Not really made any progress unless I've made a mistake. Every so often I pull a couple attempts. Don't know what fuel mode they are running in, for example. They could be trying to run in rich to catch up. I'm still sat in standard. Mistakes cost me about 0.4 of a second. Can survive from that. We're still well out of DRS range. But, yeah, we're kind of pretty much status quo going on here at the front until Vettel gets released from Hamilton. Okay, pit stop time. We are in. Raikkonen is in behind us. I didn't quite get perhaps the best of slowing downs, but either way, we made it. We haven't got a drive-through penalty. I am kind of curious to see where we are going to end up in terms of the being released. A couple of cars went in for earlier pit stops. We're going to come out still ahead of Raikkonen, which is helpful. We are going to hopefully keep ahead of, oh god, carefully does it around there, making sure we don't get a penalty. I think it was Bottas that came in for an early stop for Mercedes, which we have done. So we are still ahead of Bottas. There will probably be a couple of cars going for the long strategy up ahead. Doesn't look like Sykes is one of them. He'll probably be in next lap, but we might have to deal with a Haas or a McLaren or something up ahead. Aside from that, I don't really know what we're going to see performance-wise from this car on the Super Soft as opposed to the Ultra Soft, whether we'll have more speed than the Ferraris, whether we'll have less speed than them. I'm hoping, considering Raikkonen is not really that far away, we're going to have decent pace, but it's going to be a wait and see. Again, it's going to be very much a wait and see one. The Ferrari is going to be within DRS range, so this is a potential trouble time for me. I'm not within DRS of the Toro Rosso. I've got to stick my car up into Rich to try and be ready to defend. I think the Ferrari's going to be too far back this time around. We're going to have to be aggressive through this final chicane, try and not clobber the wall of champions. We are good. Sight stays out, interestingly, but there we go. Yeah, it might be a defend from Raikkonen for the rest of the race. Bottas has gone set the fastest lap behind us. I don't know when we're going to see Hamilton and Vettel in to the pits. They might already actually have come in. We might be a fair bit ahead of them. Not really sure on all of that, but there we go. It's, well, mega concentration time. At the moment, we're doing just about enough to keep Raikkonen at bay. I should get DRS off sights this time around, so we might have a little bit more to fight with down that very, very long back straight. Annoyingly, probably going to catch sights at an awkward place as he's going to be wanting to go. Didn't hear who he said there, but he's going to want to go into the pit lane as we are wanting to come past, which is always a really awkward thing to do here at Canada. I think we've managed to extend the gap ever so slightly over the Ferrari. Yeah, he's going to... don't quite know where he's going to go. We will, yeah, brake early just to make sure. It was in case he didn't go in the pit lane, I would be able to get past him. It has cost us a little bit of time, I think. Vettel's in the pit. Vettel's lost a stack of time doing all of that. Either way, we are leading the way with a little bit more of a gap over the Ferrari than we had a lap ago. We don't also have anyone stuck on the alternate strategy ahead of us to pass anymore, so things are looking quite promising. Although that was a dodgy line through there. No, not so promising if I do that too many more times, but there we go. Okay, Ferrari danger is very, very real. Having made that small mistake at the start of this lap, I have got a Raikkonen right behind me. I wanted to run in standard mixture for a while, save a little bit of fuel, but there's a Ferrari right there that I've got to be very, very aware of in terms of trying to defend from it from the straight line speed. We throw the car at the curbs around those final corners. We are still just about ahead. I can't really see it in the rear view mirrors at the moment. We are maintaining... Yeah, he's a lot closer than he was last lap around. I need to get a couple of better laps under my belt here so I can pull a margin, get out of that DRS range and stop having Ferrari-related issues. That's much more like it through that corner as well, which is good news for me. Well, I'm still having a really tough time trying to shake Raikkonen. The last few laps he has been sat within the DRS range. However, interestingly, not able to do anything about getting past the Renault. Now, we have had a couple of the R&D developments come through. Another one came through at the start of this weekend to give my car a little bit more horsepower. I don't think it's got that much more horsepower, though. I mean, we're not running on rich fuel mixture either at the moment. The Ferrari isn't really catching. If anything, I think I'm slightly quicker than the Ferrari in a straight line. I don't think that is just the upgrades. I am wondering if I have my car at a lot lower downforce and the vehicles around and I'm able to still make up the corner speed just because I know this track and I like this track in a way that perhaps the AI are not able to. I don't know. Either way, I am under constant pressure from Raikkonen, but he's never really threatened so far to find a way past, which is nice. Vettel has got fastest lap of the race, but he's only well, half a tenth. Oh, okay. That's not what I wanted particularly. Virtual safety car coming out. I'm never very good at dealing with these, particularly. Yeah, okay, well, I guess it's better than a full safety car. Now I've got to try and get... I want to keep myself as close to the Delta as possible without going faster than it. Where did... I think it was Perez. It's not been a good day for the Force Indias. Ocon went out at some point as well. Yeah, I could have done without this to ruin my... Okay, Jeff. Ah. Bugger. Okay, so didn't really know when the safety car was ending, and Raikkonen really did take advantage of that one. Oh, I'm going to throw my car across. Yeah, right, Rich, we're going full attack. That's completely and utterly my bad on that one. Having not led a virtual safety car away before, didn't really know what I was doing. We're in a Ferrari sandwich at the moment. Time to go on the aggression. We've got a couple of laps. I think I can probably run Rich Mixture to the end of the race. Well, actually, this will be a good test. See what my Renault straight line speed is like. Oh, wheel on the grass. It's all going a little bit ragged now. Just relax, relax. Take things a bit easy. Don't do anything stupid through these next couple of corners, and we will see what we can do about our potentially very, very high top speed against these Ferraris. This is the moment of truth. We're well within DRS range of Raikkonen. We've already... Yeah, they just got nothing coming out of these corners. Here we go, Renault. Use the rich fuel mixture. Use the DRS. We are going to go powering past the Ferrari. Oh, I'm all sorts of locked up, though. Across the curb, we bounce. That was... I looked at the braking boards and thought the 50 was the 100. Or the 150. Yeah, I got the braking boards wrong because I was on a really wonky line. My frame rate's having issues. The Ferraris are side by side behind me. Go on, you two fight each other into attrition. Let me run away with a couple of laps to go. Raikkonen has come out on top against Vettel. Not quite sure how Vettel's on the... Oh crap, Vettel's got ultra soft tyres at the moment. He must have started on the super soft. Bottas is doing something strange with strategy-wise because he was right here with us and he's now buggered off, I think. I might have got Bottas and Hamilton confused at some point. I'm not really sure. Either way, the Ferraris are not playing team orders and letting Vettel go after me. That helps. I don't know if there are team orders in this game. I assume not. Yeah, Vettel can stay sort of stuck up behind Raikkonen. That works for me because we've got mega straight line speed in the Renault, but I really need to keep that rich fuel mixture turned on for as long as I can, because they're going to fight each other. They're going to both get DRS and slipstream train their way up to the back of my Renault. Please don't have anything terrible happen. I was a little bit early on the brakes there, but I can be neat and tidy this time around through that final chicane. We still lead the way. It's not massively comfortable, but we are still leading the way here.
This is your final lap of the race.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you very much. We have got just one more time around this Montreal circuit. The Ferraris have dropped back ever so slightly. I don't know if they've burnt all of their fuel. Oh, God, frame rate, hello. Not now, please. Not now. It would be really nice to have just a simple, straightforward, about the most straightforward thing we've had in this race. We haven't quite led from flag to flag here, while there has been very, very good pace in the Renault. A couple of, safe to say, scares have happened along the way. Virtual safety car really not helping things. I might need a little bit more practice dealing. We don't need to worry about that. We've got an extra half a lap worth of fuel as we round the hairpin for the final time. Just the last chicane. The upgrades on this car, the low downforce settings, working absolute wonders for the Renault. Managed to outdrag a Ferrari and a Mercedes down the long back straight. We are going to take the first victory in the career mode. Fantastic, fantastic race here. I like fantastic race here in Canada. Fantastic race for me. Fantastic weekend in general. A pole position and a race win. Yeah. The circuit I thought we were going to be strongest at, the circuit where we stood the most chance of a surprise result, has been a little bit more of a surprise than I was expecting, quite frankly. I thought with a little bit of luck we might be able to work our way up into maybe a podium, especially if there was some rain to help along the way, but that was a lot of speed from the Renault. There we go, Raikkonen smiling on the podium as well. I definitely think I will make the most of this win. I'm not sure it's going to be one that is repeated in the near future, although I guess it does depend. If the upgrades on the Renault continue to work well, maybe we could see more fights. Certainly wasn't as far ahead of the Ferraris in terms of race pace as we had been in the qualifying. Mercedes were nowhere here at all, which is unusual. Yeah, Hamilton could only manage fourth. Oh, Hulkenberg couldn't get any points. God damn it, Hulkenberg. Vettel will get fastest lap. I think I could have perhaps got a slightly quicker lap if I'd strung everything together and not got exploring in place. Actually, no, tell like Bottas got fastest lap. Well, let's have a look at the standings. Should now be... oh, we've got ahead of Massa. Yeah, should be good news for me in terms of the drivers. We're up to 7th. Not likely to be, again, not likely to be tied for the championship. We're actually not that far down on Bottas. Now we have leapt ahead of Massa, Ocon, Perez, and so on. We are well clear of that little group. Hulkenberg just can't seem to score any points with the car, which is a shame. In terms of the constructors, we will leap ahead of Force India just with that result. Still a fair way down on Williams. Again, perhaps to be expected in all of this. But yeah, ahead of Force India, we've got to try and keep it up now. Got to try and get Hulkenberg scoring some more consistent points. Well, Canada has been a massive, massive success for me. As I said, I thought I might be quick here. Didn't quite realise we were going to be that fast around here. A couple of minor scares, mostly by the Ferraris. Raikkonen put up a very, very good fight throughout that race. Vettel trying a different strategy almost worked out for him as well. We move on next, though, to a circuit. Kvyat actually got a big jump up the order. I guess the virtual safety car helped him. Started 14th, ended 7th. Well done. Bottas tried a 2-stop. That's why Bottas was all over the place. Never mind. Yeah, next race, I believe we go to Azerbaijan, a circuit I have never, ever driven full stop. So, yeah, I'm not going to be expecting another win there, or a podium. Maybe struggle to get points. However, I shall enjoy this victory here for now. That, though, is going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.